This happened to a guy named Ryan back in 2018 when he moved into a cheap apartment near his college in Wisconsin. It was one of those older buildings with long hallways, creaky pipes, and fading wallpaper that always seemed slightly wet. Ryan had just broken up with his girlfriend and was desperate to find a place. He found a 2-bedroom unit listed at a suspiciously low price, but he didn't care. He needed space, and fast. The listing mentioned a roommate was already living there. When he moved in, the roommate, a guy named Caleb, was already settled into the far bedroom. Ryan didn't see much of him at first. He'd hear Caleb moving around at night, sometimes whispering on the phone, sometimes just pacing. The door to Caleb's room was always closed. Always. At first, Ryan didn't think much of it. People are private, right? But things started to get weird around the 3rd week. One night, Ryan came home around 2 a.m. from a late shift at the gas station. As he was turning his key in the front door, he noticed the apartment lights were off, except for one faint glow coming from under Caleb's door. He walked in, quiet. As he passed by the room, he heard something that made him stop. Not a voice, but scratching, rhythmic, consistent, like fingernails on wood. He stood there, frozen, until it stopped. Then, a soft knock came from the other side of the door. Just once. Then nothing. He didn't say anything. He just walked straight to his room, locked the door, and laid in bed, eyes wide open until sunrise. The next morning, Caleb was gone. His door was slightly ajar, the room completely dark. Ryan peeked inside. The room was empty. No bed, no clothes, just an old wooden chair and deep scratch marks on the floor beneath it. When Ryan called the landlord, the response chilled him. The landlord said, "What roommate?" Ryan insisted. "The guy named Caleb. He's been living here since I moved in." There was a long silence on the line. Then Ryan didn't know what to believe. He hung up the phone, heart pounding. For a while, he convinced himself it had to be a mistake. Maybe the landlord was lying, or maybe he just misunderstood the lease. But deep down, something felt wrong. That night, he went back into Caleb's room, this time with a flashlight. The air was ice cold. The floorboards creaked under every step. He noticed something he didn't see earlier. Behind the chair, there was a patch of wallpaper that looked newer than the rest. Smoother. Cleaner. Ryan tugged at it. It peeled off in one long, curling strip, revealing something carved directly into the wall behind it. Names. About a dozen of them. All scratched in deep, some crossed out, but one name was repeated over and over. Caleb. The last line said, "He still lives here." "Don't trust the mirror." Ryan stared at it, unsure what it meant, until he turned and saw his reflection. Only it wasn't quite right. He was facing forward, but his reflection was slightly off. The head tilted at a different angle, the eyes too wide, the mouth slightly open like it was about to speak. Then it did. Just 2 words. "He's back." Ryan screamed and ran out of the room. He didn't sleep that night. He packed a bag and called a friend to crash at their place. But before leaving, something compelled him to check one last thing, the closet in the hallway. He hadn't used it yet because it was nailed shut when he moved in. With the back end of a hammer, he pried the nails loose. The door creaked open slowly. Inside was nothing, except an old, dusty mattress and claw marks along the inside of the door. Someone had been locked inside, and from the look of it, for a long, long time. Ryan moved out the next morning. He never told anyone else, but sometimes, late at night, he swears he still hears someone whispering his name, not from his room, but from inside the mirror.